Hi, everyone. I am just here to share with you something very hidden, very personal, very subtle, and yet just absolutely wild and very powerful as it pertains to the dates we are now watching for the end of the Rapture process, Nissan 16 through 17, 2026. I just want to present the facts here and not over explain. I have some visuals, so please use those to understand. And if you need to watch the video a few times, I made it short, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's get into it. The very beginning of my personal immediate family was the conception of Astrid, my wife, who is a little older than I. She was conceived on March 18, 1986. We know this because her mother remembers the exact length of her pregnancy with Astrid. Now look closely at that date in US date format, 31886. In EU date format, my birthday is 3188. Can that be a coincidence? I believe it is far more likely that it is an intentional numerical prophecy hidden in my wife's date of conception, a prophecy of just who her husband would be. Note the 6 on the end of her date of conception. 6 is known to represent a man or humanity in the Bible. So the prophecy was of the 3188 man, and that's me. The reason this sets the stage for what I want to share is because it is the earliest evidence I know of that my birthday was pre-planned by the Lord, and no doubt for very good reason. Next, I want to point out that there are exactly 5,000 days from the day I was born to 9/11/2001. And these 5,000 days happened to be exactly 13 years, 8 months, and 8 days. Note the 1388. A reflection of my birthday. You can verify all of this for yourself on timeanddate.com's day counter. Note that 9/11/2001 was the big watershed point in my thinking while I was a youth. It was the exact day I came to believe that I really did live at the end of the world, that the end time topic truly mattered to me personally because Jesus would return in my lifetime. I have believed this ever since that day. Next, we note that exactly 5,000 days after 9/11 was the very day of my second and final baptism, on May 22, 2015. Since we are talking about my birthday, note that this was a day representing my new birth. At that time, Astrid was my girlfriend of only a few months, and later the same year we were married. So this second baptism highlighted an immensely pivotal time in my life. Now here's an interesting fact about me. I've been watching dates for the coming of Jesus since early 2012. Back then I had a theory which said I should look for Jesus to come sometime very near August of 2023, over 11 years later. As you can imagine, when Jesus did not come shortly after August 2023, I was quite disappointed, having waited over 11 years for that time. As it happens, 3,000 days exactly after my baptism brings us to August 8, 2023. Note here that the 1-3 of my day of birth is exactly 13,000 days before the 8-8 in 2023. Incredible birthday bookends, wouldn't you say? But Jesus didn't come in 2023, nor in 2024. Now, if you've been following my channel a while, you probably know I believe he did come in 2025. But of course, we have not yet gone back to heaven with him in the rapture event we have all been so looking forward to. So what is this very statistically significant day count situation all about? So just a few days ago, I realized the answer to this question as I realized that I was 13,777 days old exactly when the Feast of Trumpets 2025 began at sundown on September 22, 2025. I was already well aware, having just made a community post about it, that I will have worked my 7th job in Iceland for an airline for exactly 777 days as of April 17, 2026. You sort of see on the right side of this diagram what I realized. I made this slide with period durations proportionally accurate, but now I want to zoom in and show you more clearly. Here we go. This chronological structure starts at the beginning of August 8, 2023, and ends at the beginning of April 17, 2026. We see 777 days until the beginning of September 23, 2025, and we see my exact period of employment at my 7th job, an airline in Iceland, being 777 days as of April 17 this year. Please note that since early February this year, I've been working hard to present on this channel why I believe, for many other reasons, that the Rapture process, which began on September 23, 2025, will end 206 days or so later, either on April 17 or 18. That is, on Nisan 16 through 17, as biblically reckoned on a month commenced by the full moon. And what does this have to do with my birthday? Simple. Half of 206 looks like my birthday, 103. And half of 777 is 388.5, which contains 3 of the 4 digits in the same order as found in my birthday in US date format. It is just not at all likely that this is a coincidence, guys. Add to all this that my day of birth clearly highlighted 2026, since on my birthday this year, I was exactly 13,880 days old, in perfect reflection of that date of birth. And add to this that I was only just now aware of all this and able to make this video. And today is March 18, 2026, which brings us full circle. Remember how at the beginning of explaining all this, I said that on this very day in 1986, exactly 40 years ago to the day, my wife was conceived.